Namaste everyone. I welcome you all to UDAYA'S classroom. I'm really happy to welcome you all today because after 1.5 months we could achieve the goal. Alright. In today's class we are going to see the next HENRI FAYOL'S principle. Let's not waste the time. Let us get started with the class. Dad, you see USSR. Oh, I. Over. Now we have come to 12th principle. Today we are going to talk about S and E. What is it S and E? The 12th principle is subordination of individual interest to general interest. Is it subordination of individual interest to general interest? Let's see. Actually, according to Fayol, what he says means the individual group of people or individual employee of an organization interest should not be taken into consideration in an organization. It should be the consideration of whole employees, whole stakeholders. The decision or any other decision related to the stakeholders, it should be useful for all the stakeholders. For the particular group of people or very meager amount group of people or individual interest of the people should not be concentrated. That is what it means. However, that individual person very important to the organization, he or she, whoever it may be, their interest should not be considered until unless it is useful for the organization. Let us see the first point of subordination of individual interest to general interest. The interest of one person should not take priority over the interest of the organization as a whole until unless the interest is coming for the whole group. It should not be given much priority. The individual interest of an employee could be getting more salary and wages, or maybe getting a position in the organization, whatever it could be. We know already each and every individual in the organization who come from various backgrounds with the various needs, right? So we cannot concentrate each and every individual interest as it comes as a whole. That's all. Okay, next point is the purpose of this principle is to integrate the individual goal with the organizational goal in such a manner that both the objectives are accomplished with effectively and efficiently. E&E, effectively and efficiently, which means this principle, what it says means it should integrate. The individual interest also should be accomplished along with the organizational goal. That means it is okay, it could be accomplished, completed. That is what this principle says. So it could be achieving the general interest, that is the organizational goal should be achieved at last. They can be with the different interest. A group of people have different interests, but at last they should be converted to work towards the organizational goal. Their interest to be diverted. I'll tell you this picture. A group of individual people, right? This individual people who has what different, this individual will have different interests, he will have different interests. So each and every individual will have different interest. This is subordination of individual interest. So here each and every individual who come from different interests should be subordinated towards the general interest. So to general interest. So all these individual interests should work towards the general interest of the organization, towards the organizational goal. It should be one at last when it comes to the organizational perception. This is what about subordination of individual interest to general interest. Let's see the pros and cons of subordination of general interest to individual interest to general interest. Pros and cons of subordination of individual interest to general interest. The first pros is achievement of organizational goal. Easily, if we are not concentrating with only one person's or individual interest, easily we can achieve the organizational goal, because subordination of individual interest leads to general interest, right? It could achieve the organizational goal easily. And the next process, coordination between individual and organizational interest. So easy coordination between the individual interest to general interest will happen easily. And the next is increase employees' respect for the organization. Here organization refers to the managers who are all working in the organization. So increase employees' respect for the organization. For easy understanding, let me tell you an example. In a factory or any company, there are many departments, right? So the production manager and purchase manager, let us take two managers. The company is in the need of furniture, so they are going to purchase some furniture. So this production manager has got some known relative, happens to be the furniture seller. Okay, so he is referring to the purchase manager. I have a known person who used to sell furniture. Let us buy from him, like that. He is saying that is his individual interest. So the purchase manager, what he says, let us get the quotation from the your known people and also from the normal people regularly where we used to purchase the furniture, like that. The purchase manager says, and they have got the quotation also. There is a huge difference in production manager's reference seller. So what the organization has to do, naturally it has to go with the quotation which has got less price, right? But he is fighting with the manager, that is purchase manager. We have to purchase from him only. So what is happening here, each and every individual person's interest is different. So naturally they have started to fight. So this should not be happen. So what the production manager is supposed to do in his place, he has to look for the organizational goal. So if he look for the organizational goal, it will reduce the financial resources will get saved. So this is how the manager should behave. So this behavior will lead into gain increase among the employees about the organization manager. So that is what it means. So naturally harmonized relations, the good relationship, the conflict will not take place, harmonized relationship will take place. So these are all the pros of subordination of individual interest to general interest. Let's move on to the cons. First, conflicting situations in the organization. As I told, conflicting situations will take place in the organization. Wastage of resources. Naturally, as I said in the example, financial resources will get wasted, as if we go with the interest of the production manager reference, the financial resource will get wasted. Like that we can take many examples. So naturally here general resources, many resources will get wasted if we concentrate with the individual interest. It should be the general interest of the organization. Next, difficulty in achievement of organizational goals. So the organizational goals also cannot be achieved that much easily, because each and every people will have their own interest and they will conflict among themselves. So these are all the pros and cons of subordination of individual interest to general interest. Let us move on to the next principle. Is equity. What do you mean by equity? Equity means nothing but everybody should be treated equally in the organization without any partiality. So what the manager and the management should do, they should not see any partiality among the subordinates. That is what in simple we can understand. Let's see point by point. The first point is kindness and justice in the behavior of manager towards workers. So that is what I told now. So justice should be same for all the employees and they should be very kind enough with all the workers. And the next point is it will bring loyalty and devotion in the behavior of employees and they will put their best to achieve organizational goals. So as a manager, if he is not showing any partiality, he is not biased with the workers, means what will happen? Naturally, the employees who are working in the organization, they will strive towards the organizational goal. They will not think anything about the manager. He is seeing partiality like that and all. So that will happen in the organization. And then what he should do, manager should do, he should not discriminate the employees based on what? No discrimination on the basis of age, caste, sex, religion, etc. of employees, which means we should not discriminate. This girl cannot do this work, only boy can do this work, or 56 years old man cannot do this work, only 35 age old person can do this work, like that. Based on caste or religion, any other things, there should not be any discrimination by the manager. He should see everybody equally. And it's essential to create and maintain cordial relations between the managers and subordinates. So what the manager has to do, he has to try to bring the cordial relation among the employees as well as the managers. Why? Because sometimes what will happen, the employee who is working in the organization for a longer period of time and for so many years, he will get very less salary, and the person who is coming to the organization newly and he is working very less time comparatively with this person, experienced person, and he is getting more salary, means naturally partiality will take place in based on the wages and salaries among the employees. Chaos will take place. There will not be any cordial relationship among the employees. It will decrease the morale of the employees. So that is what it means. So the manager and the subordinate should maintain cordial relationship. Let's see the pictorial representation here. This is a wooden piece. These two employees carrying the wooden piece equally. There is a equity in this picture. So he is a manager. So what the manager he is doing, he has given the work equally to both the employees and he is not biased. He is equally giving work to the employees who are working in the organization. So he is trying to show equity. So that is what this picture represents. So these are all the points of equity. Let us see the pros and cons of equity. Pros and cons of equity. The first pros is satisfied employees. If there is no partiality, equity persists in the organization, people will be satisfied. Loyal employees, we could see, people will work towards the organization, they will be loyal to the organization, they will not try to cheat the organization. Motivated employees, they will be motivated, self-motivation, naturally they will get. And next is just and fair treatment for all. Everybody equal. The treatment is same for all the employees in all the aspects. The things what they are getting, other perquisites related to the employees, perks, that is benefits, fringe benefits, what are all the fringe benefits they are getting from the management, all same for everybody, means they'll be so happy. So these are all the pros of equity. Let's see the cons. Dissatisfaction among employees. So among the employees, dissatisfaction will take place. So if the impartiality take place, naturally dissatisfaction will be there. Delayed achievement of organization goals, because always they will be thinking about the problem aspects, unsatisfied needs. Naturally, the organization goal cannot be achieved easily. So the lack of team spirit. So the, people will not work as a team. Each and every people will have difference of opinion. He is alone getting different extra things comparatively. So I am not getting why I should gel with him. So team spirit will not get there. So lack of team spirit will happen. Conflict between management and employees. So the employees will conflict with the management in all the aspects. So these are all the cons of the equity. So we have discussed the 12th and the 13th principle. We have only one more principle we will be discussing in the next session. With these two principles, we'll end up the session today. I will meet you in the next video with the last principle. Till then, it's bye from Udaya.